was Mr. Milton had to say. "Okay, Stuart, dinner it is." He beamed.
"I'll pick you up from your place at 6 p.m.
After school, Catherine strolled to Mr. Milton's office with even less enthusiasm than she'd expected. She paused in front of the glass and wood-fronted building. All the worst days of her life were bookmarked with a stop to this office or a visit from Mr. Milton. It wasn't his fault she hated him. He was a kindly man with pork-chop sideburns and unkempt hair who was forever associated in Catherine's brain with death. He was also the administrator of her tiny but invaluable trust fund. It is what had kept her in school after her mother's death a decade prior, why she'd been able to hold on to the house. She walked in, the door swinging shut behind her. The front office was busy, and she spotted Toby in the corner and waved out to him. As Catherine entered Mr. Milton's office, he looked up from his pile of leather-bound legal books. He was grayer than she'd remembered, but otherwise unchanged.
"Catherine," he said with a smile, "how lovely to see you again."
She couldn't lie to him. "I hope you've been well?"
"Oh, can't complain," he said. "Happy birthday."
"Thank you." Though that they all knew it was her birthday was a bit of an ominous sign. "I must admit it surprised me to get your letter."
"Indeed," he
said, leaning back in his chair.
"I would imagine it is not the only surprise you will receive today."
Catherine's heart hammered in her chest. Mr. Milton's surprises were seldom pleasant.
"No need to be anxious. Before your father died, he left me with a set of instructions for actions to be set into motion on your 25th birthday.
She went still. "My father? What instructions could he possibly have left 15 years ago?
You might not remember this, but I was executor of his will as well."
"I remember." She was 10 when her father died, after a brief fight against an unknown disease that had ravaged his body. Mr. Milton came after the funeral. There wasn't much business to attend to, or so Catherine had thought.
"He was a remarkably straightforward man, your father. The house and all his possessions were signed over to a trust, and your mother was guardian. She knew all this, of course, so there wasn't much for me to do, except wait till this day arrived."
She clenched her fingers tight on her lap, a lump in her throat.
"His instructions are to sell the house you currently live in, liquidate all the investments held in trust, and hand them all over to you as gold."
Catherine gasped. "Sell the house? But why?" He shook his head, as befuddled as she was.
"I said he was clear, not candid, and I am afraid I wasn't privy to his decision-making process. But you may find some answers yet," he said, standing up and walking to the cabinet that occupied one entire wall of the office. He opened a safe, from which he took out a box. He placed it gently in front of Catherine. She'd seen this box before. "Your father left this for you."
She couldn't bring herself to touch the shining black surface, its brilliance undiminished by age. "What's inside it?"
"You must see for yourself."
The red wax seal. She used to be enthralled by the way he'd melt it over a candle, pressing the red wax onto paper before stamping it with his signet ring. Catherine couldn't break it now with Mr. Milton watching. She'd wait till she got home. "So what happens now?" Mr. Milton contemplated her as though measuring how much she was ready to take.
"I've started the process of selling the house. Someone will bring a few interested parties over this week. The rest is easy enough."
"So soon?"
"Is there a problem?"
he asked gently. "No, I just want to know. The gold. What will you do with it?"
"I am not a banker, unfortunately, so once we liquidate all the assets, I will hand it over to you."
She shook her head.